This is the Interdimensional Meditation Astral Travel Report for Thursday, October 2nd, 2025. And last night we had another live guided interdimensional meditation. We do it every Wednesday and Saturday, 8:30 p.m., live streamed on this YouTube channel. It's free. If you aren't able to make it for the live stream, go to the live section on this channel and you can do any of the previous ones that have been archived, recorded. Anyway, so last night we did a meditation and I didn't know what we were going to do. As happens oftentimes during these meditations, a light being showed up and gave me a little bit of a heads up. This time they just said that the meditation was going to be fun, that they had something fun for us. And so, not knowing what to expect, as soon as the meditation started, I started seeing an eye forming. Just in the middle of like blackness, this eye started to form. And as we did the warm-up, the wheel breath, I saw that. And so I don't believe that we did the normal CE5 protocols where you come out of your body and go out into the atmosphere. And I don't think we did that. I think what we did is I just said, let's go into the eye. And so I allowed my third dimensional understanding of reality to sort of disappear in this eye formed. By the way, please put in the comments your experiences in this meditation. It helps everybody when you do that. If everybody who came on and meditated shared their experiences, it would be very helpful to a lot of people. So put in the comments section what you saw, what you experienced. I'm going to forget details, so fill in the details. Remind me of things that happened. Go ahead and share your experience with us. So, after the warm-up, I just allowed just this blackness to overcome everything, and this eye appeared, and I felt very strong energy. I could feel it in my heart, but I especially felt it in my third eye and my crown. And I just allowed myself to go into the pupil, the black spot of the eye. I just went into it. And I think we spent some time inside this blackness. And if I remember, there was like little sparks of lightning around, so there was power there. And I believe that the idea was to spend some time in that void and allow this third eye power to be given to us and to expand our ability, if I remember correctly, expand our ability to see and intend and create with our third eye. I don't remember what happened after that. As always, there's usually some being that's there that wants to communicate. And I'm pretty sure that we had one of those sessions. But at that point, what's happening for me in these meditations is I'm going into such a high frequency that I really don't remember a lot when I come back. But I'm pretty sure that there was some communication with some kind of being. Gosh, I might be mixing it up. Did we get taken into some like room where there were chairs and we were sitting in chairs and there was some kind of a holographic presentation that was put in front of us? That might be the previous meditation. It might not have been this one. In any case, at some point I remember, just a lot like this picture, putting a lot of energy into creating an orb that was the world, the new 5D world. And it was a lot like that. It had a lot of intense colors and energy coming off of it. And I can't really put into words other than I was just out of my third eye. I was just lasering my intent for this world. I believe I started talking about it. I don't remember. You can refresh my memory, but I'm pretty sure that I started talking about what I saw and what I was intending. And what really started to happen was that it was coming into sharper focus. Almost like, not exactly like this, but almost like it was coming into such sharp focus that I could just go into it and be there. And so we're creating this world with our intention, and then at some point we went into it and communicated again. I at that point, it's the level of frequency is so high, I really don't remember what happened. It felt really wonderful. I believe that I was there communicating and seeing all of my family and friends, the light-being family and friends that I have in my 5D earth that I've been meditating on and creating. And it felt like we were really just like dialing in the focus, really trying to bring it into intense focus. There was a point where I started talking, and I can't remember what I said, but I was just simply verbalizing what I might have been channeling. I don't really remember what I said, but one of the things that I felt and came away with was that this world, and I think I talked about it after the meditation, this new world is starting to pop up and do really intense things. In terms of, speaking for myself, in terms of my greatest fantasies about the world I want to live in. So as you know, for me, surfing is my big thing. And in fact, it's the only thing that I care about. This work I do, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy sharing and teaching and giving out all these things. But the only thing really that I care about in this life is being able to surf on a regular basis. And that's been getting more and more challenging for me on a bunch of different levels. One of them is, now I'm living in Florida and waves are pretty much gone for half of the year. And then I don't do well in the cold. And believe it or not, North Florida gets much colder than where I grew up in Southern California. It gets much colder in the winter. And that combined with no waves and bad weather is really hard on me. I don't do well. And so as we talked about recently, I was creating the Xuan Wu, or channeling the Xuan Wu form, which you can get at maoshan.thunderwizard.com. There's the end part where you gather yin and yang. I did that, and my whole vision of my life changed, and I knew exactly what I want to do and where to go. And what's been interesting is, in the past year, here in the United States, 2 surfing wave pools have opened. One in Arizona, one in Virginia. And I just found out today that there's a new pool that's even more advanced than any of them that's being, right now it's being built, and it's going to open next year here in Florida, about 2 hours away from me. So now all of a sudden I went from not having any waves to having more waves than I can handle. I'm going to be spending, I'm going to leave here in December, and I'm going to spend all winter and spring traveling around surfing all these wave pools. And that works out well, not only because I get to surf a lot, but also because of my age, at the age of 62. Surfing real waves in ocean conditions is very physically demanding, and I just don't have as much lung power. I run out of breath a lot sooner than I used to. I got plenty of strength, and I can still surf, but people don't realize what's tough about surfing isn't the surfing. It's the paddling through all of the waves. Paddling out and then and paddling around and being held down under all that. That's the hard part. So now I get to live in a world where there's it's almost like I'm creating, and that's how it would be. Is that when you focus on the world that you want, the things that you want the most are going to start appearing in your world. And I'm seeing this happen for me. And so I know that I'm not the only person who's having this experience. And the basic experience that a lot of people are having is that the intensity of the negativity has kind of gone away. It's not like that there isn't negative thoughts or feelings. It's just that they don't have the weight that they used to, and for me, they haven't had the ability to control me. I know other people have said the same thing. Now, having said that, I know that some people are having a lot of challenges. And that is simply because as we make this shift, a lot of your negative feelings are coming to the surface, things you've been stuffing down. People who are doing this practice, the Xuan Wu practice, the tortoise and the snake, a lot of people are having a lot of powerful feelings come up, and they've been reaching out to me. And so this has to happen. Now, I've been working basically my whole adult life at cleaning my insides out, and I've had a lot of garbage that I've had to work through. And ever since just recently, I've had this experience where most of that seems to be gone. And so I don't seem to be carrying around a lot of the intensity and the baggage that I used to. It doesn't mean it's not there, it just doesn't have the power that it used to. And I think a lot of people are feeling like that. Now, if you're having a lot of feelings come up, again, let me remind you, don't try and get rid of the feelings. The people's first reaction when they have a lot of intense feelings is they think they've done something wrong. And so they ask me, should I do this or should I do that? Because they're trying to get rid of the feelings. Because we've been taught that a spiritual person doesn't have any feelings. And that's just not accurate. So we got to get rid of our need to push our feelings down and present ourselves as these spiritual people who don't have any, that's all garbage. That's all New Age codependent garbage. So if you're starting to have more intense feelings, that's actually a good sign. It means that you're detoxing. You're detoxing from the old 3D narrative. So you need to be doing some work to help balance that. So that's what these practices are. Everything that we teach here, doing the summoning the immortals, the celestial qigong, the 5 element practices, and this new Dark Warrior of the North practice, which can be found both at the shop at thunderwizard.com and at maoshan.thunderwizard.com. And I'm very happy to see a lot of people are moving towards that Xuan Wu form. So anyway, that's what I remember, this meditation. And it seems to be we're on a theme, because this is kind of, going further than what we did, not this one on Wednesday, but the one on Saturday had a lot of similar kinds of things where we're just going in and we're fine-tuning this new earth we're creating. So it's hard for me not to have the feeling that we're starting to move towards it, that this new world is coming. And it's sort of like we've come through the worst of it, and it's like we're at the dawn. It's the pre-dawn where the sunlight is just starting to come over the horizon. So we don't really see it yet. We're not really seeing the whole thing, but it might be a slow process, but I think it has begun, and there's no way for it to turn around. So I think we're going to see a lot of the negativity from the dark forces that be. I think we're going to see more and more of that start crumbling, falling apart, and more of like what I'm experiencing is more and more of the things that I want are starting to appear in the world that will give me happiness and joy. And so we'll wait and see. I'm really excited to share with everybody, because I'll be able to have videotape. Being a solitary person, I don't have anybody to videotape me surfing. Otherwise I'd be uploading them every time I surf, because I'm proud of my ability to surf at this age. But now I will. I'm going to be places where I'm just going to be constantly videotaped, and I'll be able to take them and upload them, and I'll be sharing with you my experiences, and I'm really excited to see what happens. And now I'm really excited because by the time I get back here in Florida, guess what? That new surf park will be opening, and I'm really excited to go check that out. So I have a lot of fun looking down the line for me. So if there's anything I can do to help you with that, I can. So please go to thunderwizard.com and click on memberships and see all the different membership packages so that you can have access to me, because I'd like to be able to help you. And of course, go to the shop and get started. If you're brand new, get started with, there at the bottom it says Summoning the Immortals Moving Qigong. Another great practice for beginners is Celestial Qigong. You don't have to do all of them, but those two are really great. To the left of that, you see the 5-element Maoshan Shamanic Spirit Fighting forms. Those are really high frequency energy. And so those will bring out a lot of intense feelings. Go through them. Allow yourself to have them. The reason why we like doing the 5-element practices is because when you do all of the practices, wood, metal, fire, water, and earth, you're actually refining the emotions. So let the emotions come up and then refine them. And the Xuan Wu form here is really, really good for helping you figure out where you're going and what you're going to do and who you are. And it gives you a lot of power to see your reality and take action on it. So I recommend all of those things. Anyway, the links are here. Please go check them out. And don't skimp on yourself. Please don't do that. I know a lot of people aren't signing up for certain things in the membership on Thunder Wizard because they don't want to spend the money. And I'm here to tell you that kind of thinking isn't what this new world is coming into. Don't skimp on yourself, please. Invest in yourself. Realize that your happiness is the most important thing. And if you invest, imagine you're investing in a sure stock. Put money into it, you're going to make money. If you invest in your happiness, I guarantee you will get a return from it, especially now. It'll be almost immediate. That's been my experience anyway. So take a look at all that stuff. If you have questions about what practices you should be doing or how you should be working with me, I'll be more than happy to help you. So go ahead and put comments in there. I read all the comments, and if I can help you, I definitely will. All right, that's it, my friends. You know what to do. You know where to go. I will see you all next time. Please be very good to yourselves.